Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, students of cost accounting. Today we will discuss about the break-even exercises. These are the practice questions. In the previous classes, we have discussed different exercises after discussing the basic concept of break-even, the benefit of break-even, the importance of break-even, why we studying this chapter of break-even analysis, and what is the importance of studying this. How we can apply in our business this analysis, and if we are doing job in cost accounting department, how can we apply over these concepts in our cost accounting jobs in manufacturing concerns as well as in trading concern. The importance of break-even analysis or break-even point. So coming towards our current exercises that we are going to practice so that your concept may be clear more. I am presenting you this sheet that is the exercises from Maths Usury, cost accounting. In the previous class, we have discussed this question, exercise 7. I have also provided you the solution of this on your Google Classroom as well as the exercises. I think it is visible to every one of you. Now coming towards our next exercise, that is exercise number 8. First, I will explain you the exercise number 8, 9, and 10 from the question and the concept of the question, as well as I will guide you regarding the solution. Then in the second lecture, I will give you the solution and as well as present you the solution and discuss. We will discuss the solution in the second recorded lecture. In our next interactive class, you will, I think you will have all the data and all the concepts regarding this topic, and your quiz is also regularized or has been fixed for the next session, next interactive session. So please be prepared before joining the next interactive session on Wednesday, inshallah. Exercise number 8. During the year, K company produced and sold 1 lakh units. The unit sale was $100. If you see, this is $100. Standard and actual cost per unit based on the production of 1 lakh units were. Now all the data that is presented below here is based on this 1 lakh units. These 1 lakh units are the actual production. Actual cost would be dependable on this actual production of 1 lakh units. And 1 unit sale price is given to 1 lakh. And the year company produced and sold 1 lakh units. That company produced as well as sold. Production is also 1 lakh unit. As they have sold all of its production, 1 lakh units are sold as well. When we see the variable cost for per unit, this is the cost is on the basis of per unit. So 25 units, $25 is per unit cost for variable cost, and 50 is fixed cost, but this is also per unit. In the previous question, we have seen that fixed cost was given in total and variable cost is given in per unit. But in this question, both the costs are given on per unit. And this depends on the 1 lakh units. If you have a concept or you have a clear understanding, then you can easily understand that if the units has been changed, the fixed cost will be changed, because when fixed cost the total fixed cost will remain the same, but per unit fixed cost will be changed. I am talking here about the per unit fixed cost. When the units are 1 lakh, it's 50. But if units are 1,10,000, this per unit would be changed. But this per unit of variable cost will remain the same. The definition of variable cost was the cost that vary with the volume of the production, and the definition of fixed cost or concept of fixed cost is the cost that remains fixed in total with relation to the volume of production. And I have explained that if it is considerable or it is talked about in per unit, that the concept would be reversed. Variable cost per unit remain the same. Fixed cost per unit varies with the volume of the production. So I think you have got it. But at this point, 1 lakh unit, you have no need to change it. You have to just multiply 1 lakh with 50. Your total 50 lakh would be your $50. Your 50 lakh would be your fixed cost. And when you multiply 1 lakh with 25, 25 lakh would be your variable cost, and your sale price per unit is 1 lakh. If you calculate the total sales, it would be 1 lakh multiplied by 100, and it would be 10 million or 100 10 million or 100,000 rupees or dollars, sorry. So coming to our requirements, operating income according to the direct costing method. Now we have to calculate the sales minus variable cost divided is equal to contribution margin, and then we will deduct this fixed cost from the contribution margin, and we will get here the net profit of this K company produced and sold 1 lakh units. At this level of production, we will have our income statement through direct costing method or marginal costing method. Then after calculating this income or presenting the operating income according to the direct costing method, we have to calculate the break-even point in dollars. So break-even point in dollars is a simple calculation by the formula that you have already learned, the fixed cost divided by contribution margin ratio. So this is in dollars, so you have to divide it by contribution margin ratio, and contribution margin ratio would be sales. You have no need to calculate in the amount. You can calculate the contribution margin ratio by the units as well. If you want to calculate from the amount, that would be a lengthy process, but from the units it will be calculated simply. 100 sale minus variable cost 25, it is 75, and when you again divide it by sales 100, it is 75% or 0.75. When you divide this 50 lakh, 50 multiplied by 1 lakh, 50 lakh by 0.75, the resultant value would be your break-even point in dollars. And then the third requirement of this question, margin of safety ratio at the given sales level, and given sales level is 1 lakh units. So when you have calculated this break-even point in sales, you should also have your normal sale. Your normal sale would be 1 lakh multiplied by 100. So 10 million would be your normal sale. The formula to calculate the margin of safety ratio is sales minus break-even sales divided by sales. So sales would be 10 million minus break-even sale, the figure that you have calculated in requirement 2 above, divided by sales, multiply by 100 if you calculate it in percentage, and if you do not wish to calculate it in percentage, it will be in decimal. The resultant answer would be decimal, but if you multiply it by 100, our resultant answer would be in shape of percentage. So I think this is a simple question, and I have explained it. Now in the next lecture, next session, recorded session, I will give you the solution of this as well. The next question, question number 9. The Ring O Ring company has budgeted sales 2 lakh, a profit of 60,000, and a fixed expense of 40,000. Required the contribution margin ratio. The only one requirement, that is contribution margin ratio. Sales are given to you, and profit is also given to you with a fixed expense, what is 40,000. Now, how can you calculate the variable cost? Sorry. Contribution margin ratio is sales minus variable cost divided by sales. So you need to calculate first the variable cost. When the company has a 2 lakh of a profit, 2 lakh of a sales less variable cost would be contribution margin. But we can't calculate here the contribution margin because we have no variable cost directly given. So we have to go through reverse process. Here is profit. Profit is calculated by deducting the fixed expense from the contribution margin. And if we have a fixed expense and profit, if we add both these two values, we will have contribution margin. Same when we have sales and gross profit, we will add them, and cost of goods sold and gross profit. In trading account, we will simply add the CGS with gross profit to calculate the value of sale. In the same way, when we have profit, gross profit, net profit, this is the net profit and fixed expense. Net profit is calculated by deducting the fixed expense from the contribution margin and going through this process, reverse process. If we add this net profit with the fixed expense, we will have contribution margin. So 60,000 plus 40,000, 1 lakh would be our contribution margin. And when we deduct this contribution margin, because variable cost is the difference between contribution margin and sale, and when we deduct this contribution margin from the sales, we will have our variable cost. So we have a contribution margin here 1 lakh, and when we deduct this 1 lakh from the sales, the difference of 1 lakh would be our variable cost. So now you have variable cost, now you have sales. So now you can calculate easily the contribution margin ratio, sales minus variable cost divided by sale. Our resultant answer would be our contribution margin ratio. If you multiply it by 100, it is in percentage, and if you not multiply it by 100, it is in the shape of decimal, and decimal is also a type of ratio. Then our last question, exercise, that is question number or exercise number 10. The Rose William Company has a contribution margin ratio of 36% with a break-even sales of 1,60,000. So contribution margin ratio is already given to you in this question, and break-even sales are 1,60,000. They earned a profit of 28,800 during the year. So during the year, they have earned a profit, and profit is given to you. Break-even sales are given to you. Normal sales, the actual sales are not given to you, and contribution margin ratio of 36% is also provided to you. Now you are required to calculate fixed expense, sales for the year. Here, what is mean by sale? Sale means actual sales. You here, this value of sale is break-even sale, not the actual. Normally in the previous exercises and in the previous questions, we are provided by these sales, the normal sales, the company, the operations where the company is going to operate at the level of sales. That sales is given to you, and you have to ask for the calculation of break-even point or break-even point in sales. But this question is somehow different from the previous questions. Here, break-even sales are provided to you, and you are asked to calculate your normal or actual sales, and then variable expense for the year and margin of safety ratio. So this is somehow different exercise, a different question. You can calculate first the you have to know first of all your fixed cost. If you do not have your fixed expense, you can't calculate this sale. You are not able to calculate the value of actual sales, because when you add the desired profit in the fixed cost and apply the formula for desired profit sales, then your second requirement would be calculated, can be calculated. But without the fixed expense, you can't calculate. And obviously, the first requirement is fixed expense. So you have to first calculate the fixed expense, and you can calculate the fixed expense by applying the break-even sales formula. What is break-even sales formula? Break-even sales are equal to fixed expense over contribution margin ratio. Here, break-even sales are already given to you and CM ratio is also already given to you. You have just fixed expense. In this formula, you have just only the fixed expense that you can't calculate. You have not calculated or not provided, and you have to calculate in this requirement. So by applying this formula, fixed cost divided by contribution margin ratio is equal to break-even sales from where the break-even sales you will put the value 1,60,000, and fixed expense would be written as a fixed expense over 36% mean 0.36. When this 0.36 is on the other side of the equation, here the contribution margin ratio is going to be divided. On the other side of the equation, the simple mathematical rule, we will multiply it. So when we multiply this 0.36 with 1,60,000, so 1,60,000 multiply by 0.36 contribution margin ratio, 57,600 would be our fixed cost. This is our fixed cost because no value of fixed cost has been provided to you in this question. That will remain in the same fixed expense, and you will multiply by putting the value or these values in the break-even point formula, and you can easily calculate the fixed expense, that is 57,600. That would be 57,600. Now you have fixed cost and you have also calculated the required number one. You can now easily calculate the sales for the year. Sales means the operation level at where you have earning this 28,800 profit. So you apply the simple formula of desired profit sale, fixed expense plus desired profit divided by contribution margin ratio. So now you have 57,600 fixed cost plus desired profit 28,800. It is 86,400 divided by 0.36, and it would be 2,40,000. 2,40,000 are your sales, actual sales that you are making when you have all this data, and when you are making 28,800 profit during the year. Your sales are 2,40,000 and your break-even sales are 1,60,000. So the third requirement coming towards this variable expense for the year, very simple. Variable, you have here contribution margin ratio. So if 0.36 is contribution margin ratio, if you deduct it from the 100%, the 0.64 would be your variable cost ratio. So your variable cost with relation to sales would be 0.64. How you calculated this? You will simply deducted this 0.36 from the 100%. You consider 100% is your sale, and contribution margin and variable cost, it is the combination of two. The total value of sale is the combination of these two ratios, or these two values, these two percentages. So if you have 100% of your sales, 100% you deduct it from the 100%, you will have your variable cost ratio. Or you can simply take this 36% of contribution margin ratio, and by applying on the value of sales of 2,40,000, and then you will deduct this amount from the 2,40,000. And the other way is to directly multiply 2,40,000 by 0.64. That is the variable cost ratio. So you can opt any method out of these two which you feel easy or which you can easily understand. You can directly multiply by 0.64 the value of sales you have calculated in the second requirement, 2,40,000 multiply by 0.36. You can directly multiply it, the same value, multiply it by 0.64, that is the break-even. It would be 153,600. Or the other way, you apply 2,40,000 on 0.36, and the resultant answer would be deducted from the value of 2,40,000 sale. Then the answer would be the same, 1,53,600. So I think all of you understand the third requirement of variable expense for the year as well. Now coming to our fourth and final requirement, that is margin of safety ratio. Margin of safety ratio formula is sales minus variable cost divided by sales. Now you have sales as well as break-even sales, and then you have to again divide it by sales to calculate it. So our sales are 2,40,000 that we have calculated in requirement number 2, less break-even sales are 1,60,000. So it is 80,000. 80,000 divided by your normal sales, actual sales 240, multiply by 100, it is 33.33%. You can write it as a 33 1 over 3% as well. So 33.33% would be your margin of safety ratio. And what is margin of safety ratio concept? Margin of safety ratio tells you or explains you how safe you are going from your break-even point. Break-even point mean at the danger point. From that point, below that point, you will be in losses, and above that point, that is the danger level, or that is the uh, minimum limit that that you should have at that level. Your sales should be at that level so that you have no profit, no loss. And how above you are 33% above from your break-even sales. So this is the basic concept of margin of safety ratio, or this is the explanation that we can get from the margin of safety ratio. So students, I think I have explained thoroughly the question number 7, 8, 8, 9, and 10. Now, in the next session, a recorded session, we will move towards our solution, and I will present you the solution of all these questions as well, and guide you how you can build your concept regarding the break-even analysis. Thank you. Take care.